welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Unfiltered. I would like to start off by saying it didn't go unnoticed that I missed last week. However, if you watched the previous episode with me and my best friend, I explained everything there and why I was MIA. Sorry about that. It was such a hectic week. Jumping into today's topic, it is how to move in the talking stage. Well, how should you move in the talking stage? I was actually surprised y'all picked this topic. I mean, y'all surprised me a lot, but this topic I was really surprised about because, like, let's be for real. Like, I can't even tell you how to move in the talking stage. It's to each its own person. I sent in a lot of comments and questions, and I'm going to go through them. But I'll first start talking about the basis of the talking stage. Though I can't tell you how you should move, I would say here's what I would do necessarily. I don't like telling y'all like what you should do, what I think you should do. I don't know. Anywho, I'm a little sleepy. Anyways, one of the things that's important in the talking stage, in my opinion, is boundaries. Now, a lot of people think because it's a talking stage that you don't need to create some type of groundwork for what you got going on here, but I think you should definitely establish boundaries. Now, when you first meet somebody, you know, you're getting to feel them out. You don't even know if you really want to talk to them like that, but you're like, oh, we cool, we vibing, okay. Once you feel like it's starting to get a little serious, or once you realize like, yo, I really like this person, maybe that's the time that you should sit there and say, okay, like this is what I'm okay with in this talking phase, and this is what I'm not okay with. See, when you don't create boundaries, and y'all know how I feel about that, but you just leave room for people to act any way that they want to act, treat you any way they want to treat you, and we not on that, especially in this talking phase, because then you get down to the point where that person will do something and they'll sit there and say, well, this is not something that we talked about, so I don't even know why you're getting mad at it. You're not even my girlfriend or boyfriend. And you just don't want that to happen to you. So if you create those boundaries, and I feel like when you're going through those, creating the boundaries and stuff, that's something that you both should agree on, so that way the respect is mutual between you guys. That'll help you start off a successful talking stage after you feel the person out. So I guess that's like step 2 or something like that. Another thing that's important in the talking stage too is like knowing when to trip. And because I'm such a serious individual, like I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is one of the things that I probably have an issue with, and it's not with everybody. I think it was only one person where I was like, okay, like they might think that I'm actually tripping. Like anybody else, maybe they just didn't mind me being the way I was. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But just knowing when to trip, just knowing when to make a problem out of something, because you do have to identify, like we are just talking at this point, like you're not my boyfriend. So or girlfriend. So it's like I shouldn't even be making a big deal out of this situation here. I should be just treading lightly with you. I don't know if I talk too much. I don't do too good with the whole mental note thing, but I feel like you can like just have a mental note of something, you know? Maybe you'd be like, oh, I peeped that, so I'm not going to say nothing, so that way you won't trip. I just have a bad thing with like keeping my mouth shut when I see something out of pocket. Anyways, something else that you can do in the talking stage is make sure that you are putting yourself first. And it's like, you're not in a relationship. Yeah, but some people start to like somebody and become head over heels for them to the point where they put them first and they are constantly caring for them and not thinking about oneself. So that can mean like you're contributing to this person, whether it's financially, whether it's your time, whether it's your effort and to do something for them, not even getting that type time back. Understand that you may be doing this genuinely. However, you don't want to sit there and just give to this person who's like, I'm trying to take it slow. So I would say like that kind of goes into making sure y'all are going at the same pace with the situation. I'm not going to lie. I'll just say this: check-ins are important, to say the least, in these situations. So, you know, I don't know if you have your own time period in your head on when you like to move things forward and take it another step, or you feel like you've been in the talking stage for too long. I think that you guys should definitely have some check-ins to see where your head is at and where you guys are going. If you feel like you're questioning your interest on this person, I mean your interest on this person, maybe you should sit there and reevaluate, like, do I really like you? If you feel like you're falling in love with their favors, you definitely got to ask yourself, do I really like you? Or do I just like what you did for me? That's a big teller if you actually want to be with this person or not. Because if they stop those favors today or tomorrow, you still want to deal with them? BFFR. Don't feel like you're stuck in these situations. Even if you sit there and you put yourself all out, or you do a lot for this person, and then you're finally like, yo, I just did way too much. Like, you know what? Let me tell myself a little bit. I literally bought somebody that I was talking to. He was doing a lot for me too, to be honest, but I bought him like $600 tickets. I'm not happy to admit that at all. And a couple dinners. Like, I've spent some money, okay, on the person. And in the end, I literally sat there and was like, I really don't even like him like that. But just because I did all of those things, that didn't make me stuck in a situation. Like, I still was able to pull away, because I don't feel like anybody should be stuck in a situation or feel stuck in a situation that they don't even want to be in, regardless of the stuff that they already put out. That's why you got to make sure, though, that whatever you're putting out is genuine, and not just because I don't even know why else you would do something like that, like what I did with $600 to flex. Let's say that. Like, that was a lot of money. It'd be nice to have that money back. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. But it's cool, though. It's cool. Like, I was being genuine. Now you got on the flip side where you feel like you're questioning their interests. That might be an important time for that check-in period. And I don't mean literally like y'all scheduling check-ins, but, you know, maybe they're doing something to make you feel like they lack interest in you. So if you feel like you need more reassurance in certain things, I don't feel like you should have to ask somebody to tell you you're pretty, to be honest. Like, they should naturally do it, or handsome. I think that if that's something more of what you would want to hear, maybe you should say that to them. Or you want someone to be a little more affectionate, you know, little stuff. I mean, these kind of things, it's to each its own, like, when they want to bring it up. Some people wait to a relationship to sit there and say things, but sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I think that bringing things up in a relationship is a little too late, because that talking phase, especially like when you're doing it for a couple months or so, or however long you plan to do it, that gives you the room to decide that you like and don't like about a person. And not that they got to be perfect about things, but like certain things that you value, such as reassurance. Let's say that's your thing that you value. That's something that you should want to see early on, so that way you know, or would like to hope that it carries on into your relationship. They're not complimenting you at all. Like, you kind of can't expect them to start complimenting you when you get in a relationship, because it's like, we've been talking all this time and you haven't even been complimenting me or giving me the reassurance I need in any other area. This is a time to also ask those questions. Like, get to know your partner in the talking stage. Like I said, there are probably things that open up more about, like, when you get into a relationship. But use this time to sit there and ask all the questions you need, because if your potential partner has went to jail for a certain crime that you're not cool with, or just went to jail period and you're not cool with that, like, that's something important for you to know. You shouldn't just be finding that out when you get into a relationship. I would hope that they would share that with you. Or if they plan on taking a new job in Utah and you live in New Jersey, these are things that you should know, and not have to sit there and find out as soon as you get in a relationship with them, and then now you got to choose like what exactly you want to do. I always forget to reapply my lip gloss in the middle of a video, and then by the end of the video, like while I'm editing, I'd be like, ew, how I forget to do that? Anyway, we're going to move on into the questions and comments you guys sent me. Someone said, at what point in the talking stage does it become playing games? So this is why it's important to have your boundaries or have your ideal talking phase inside your head. Well, ideal talking phase inside your head, because if you feel like somebody is beating around the bush with you, or like you're telling them something that they did wrong yet they still keep doing it, that's how you know they're playing games. Some people do things and don't even know that that's something that's crossing the line for you or making you feel uncomfortable. So that's why it's good to like establish those boundaries. So you know when they sit there and they cross that boundary, or they're doing something that they know that you don't like them doing, they're playing games with you. I mean, talking to other people, to each its own in the talking phase. I personally am not with that at all. Like, we on a serious tip and you talking to other people. I'm not the type person to be like, oh yeah, you talk to other people until you get into a relationship. When does that stop? Like, you're supposed to go through the talking phase until the day that you say, yes, I'm fine with being your girlfriend, with them hanging on to Sally, Sue, and Suzanne. Like, yeah, no, I'm cool. So you need to make sure that you sit there and you let your partner know, what do you expect out of that talking phase. And it could happen gradually, you know, like it might not be in the first or second trimester. It might be in the third. Next question. Can you go to Pound Town in the talking stage, or is that not the talking stage? So these are things that, this is definitely something to each its own. I feel like all these questions or answers, whatever, could be to each its own, but this is important for it to each its own, because your comfortability, like, are you okay with this person not being your boyfriend, but you're giving them giving up the goods to say, are you comfortable with this person who maybe in your boundaries you didn't care if they talked to other people and they got a piece of the pie? Are you comfortable with giving it up then? Like, I just think that if you are going to take that step in that talking phase, that you sit there and you just look at everything as a whole. And remember that because y'all are not locked down in a relationship, and because y'all probably didn't even have any form of relationship to begin with prior to this talking stage, how do I know the talking stage is over? Oh, I took this question two ways. I'm like, when y'all just realize y'all not talking, I feel like you'll just fall off if you like it's over. But I think what the person really meant was like, how do I know when it's time to be in a relationship? It's how you feel. Oh gosh, and you really, really, really gotta be careful. You start doing all that boyfriend and girlfriend stuff in the talking phase. Whole time they don't even see you like that. For example, probably would go on vacation with someone you're in a relationship with, but while you're talking to, like, that's not something that you want to do. Or you may cook for your boyfriend or girlfriend while in the talking stage you're not cooking for that person. Those things are important. Like, that silver lining is important. And I say that because it's like you could kind of get caught up in that talking stage, to be honest. If you're doing a little too much and you acting like a girlfriend, you acting like a boyfriend, and they're just like, well, there's no need to ask you to be my girlfriend or boyfriend, like we're kind of acting as such, then, you know, they probably won't really cuff you. But at the same time, they can still throw up in your face, we're not even in a relationship. Like, I just think that you guys, well, all of us, I might even want to say just you guys, me too, we should not give people the upper hand to sit there and say to us, you know, we're not even together. Like, that line is crazy. Don't let nobody play with you like that. Buying gifts during the talking stage. I really think this comes down to doing, like, talking to someone around holidays, like birthdays and Christmas, where you are supposed to get gifts. I think it depends on what type of gifts you get. So if you're really feeling somebody and you're like, I know this person really likes food and there's nothing major, so you're like, you want to take them out for their birthday to Red Lobster, or Fridays or Chili's. I don't know, but it would probably be something like Red Lobster and be a little nice. You know what I mean? Y'all are talking. Um, if you want to sit there and take them to Red Lobster for their birthday, I think that that's cool. And not to make it a money thing, but like, let's be for real. We not spending. Here I go telling on myself again. We not spending all that money, and I'm talking about I spent $600 in the talking fees. Insane, bro. I can't believe I did that. It was really an impulse thing, and it was around a holiday, around the birthday, and that was just like the thing that I thought about. And plus, like I said, that person was doing a lot for me. So, I think it depends on who you are, and it depends on your pockets and what that dollar amount means to you. Yeah, that's the best way I think I'm gonna put it, because during that time, that $600 really didn't mean nothing to me. Like, it was just like, okay, like, yeah, I did what I did. I didn't drain my bank account over it, so it's not that big of a deal, you know. I think that's what it was. So it depends on what that dollar amount means to you, or what certain things mean to you, because at that time, money was not a big issue to me. However, cooking for someone was, and cooking for someone still is. Like, I feel like that's really intimate in my opinion, because when I cook, I put my back into it. I put my heart into it. Like, I don't just be going out cooking for people. So, yeah, it depends on what you consider the right dollar amount, or what gift is only for your boyfriend or girlfriend necessarily. Someone said, know how the other MFer is moving till ish gets serious. When they start caring, Karen is on. LOL. Yeah. But I don't know why I read LOL. Yeah, like, that's why I said you gotta make sure that you're moving the same pace as the person that you're talking to. And you know, when it comes to the whole caring thing, I'm a little iffy on that. I think that you can begin to care as soon as a couple days. All right, a couple days might be a stretch. But as soon as you realize, like, you really actually like this person and that you want to move seriously with this person, like, I don't think that you can plan. People can care, but just not show they care, if that makes sense. This is why conversations are important. And people think that it's okay to just, what do you call that? Go with the flow a little too much. And the reason why I don't really like the whole go with the flow thing is because you just leave opportunity for that person to ride that thing out for as long as possible. Even though you do care, they're still moving the way that they want to move because they don't care on their end. Like, just make sure y'all moving at the same pace, as I said earlier. Last comment I have. PSA, talking stage is not the time to play wife. Y'all, let's be honest. Anybody that know me already knows, but I'm gonna snitch on myself a little bit. Now, I think this isn't hard for people who are just meeting people and just talking to people. This is for people who are talking to people. If you've had a relationship with someone and then you're talking to them again or dealing with them again, you shouldn't play wife. I agree with that comment 100%. I just think that it gets hard. Don't do that. I don't think you should do that, to be honest. Especially when they are not pouring into you at all. They're not doing nothing for you. And I mean, like, not even doing nothing to you. Like, doing nothing for you mentally. You can't talk to them. You're constantly catering to them. They don't benefit you in any way. And people, you can still want people to benefit you and it be genuine, or be genuine on your part when you do for them. Like, that's okay, because you don't want to feel like you're pouring into an empty glass, or pouring into someone who can't pour into you or be there for you or support you or listen to you. You know, those things are super important. If you're the type to take all types of relationships serious, even the talking phase, you definitely want to watch out for that, because you gotta remember, we still trying to get you to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend, boo-boo. So don't start acting like a wife or a husband. You are not responsible for nobody's bills. You are not responsible to cook for nobody. And you know, I feel a little on a bridge with cooking for people because I love to cook. Like, I genuinely love to cook. So if you my boyfriend, like, I'm a cook for you. But we not talking about boyfriend. We talking about a talking stage. But yeah, I'm trying to not tell on myself too much, but y'all can read between the lines. If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. That was that for today's video. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. I thank you guys so much for watching today's video. This is the second video dropping this week. You see how I'm trying to make up for last week? Look at me. Look at me. Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend and tell your mom, tell your dad to hit that subscribe button, because why are y'all watching and not hitting the subscribe button? Don't make me upset. Anyways, see you next Thursday. I might see you guys before that, but for the next podcast episodes, I'll see you Thursday. Bye.